Oh man. Hey, yeah. Hey. I am really in the closet though. That's crazy. We are back in the closet. I'm like 2 times darker than usual. Welcome back to another video, you guys. We're going to be interviewing a cross-dresser today by the name of Eric. This guy actually reached out to me by email, and he was very ecstatic about talking to me. You know, he was fanning out, but I loved him for it because I love engaging with like-minded people who are of my same fashion sense, who love a good pair of high heels. If you haven't visited my website yet, go ahead and go to heheels.com to get some of the best high heels for men. My blog is all about men's fashion and getting you to look the most spiffiest way possible for less. But most definitely, I'm going to give Eric a call and we're going to have a good kiki. I'm going to ask him some questions that will hopefully turn out being a very inspirational, content-filled video for all of you today. I got some of the questions written down. When did you start wearing heels?
I started wearing heels when I was a child.
Yeah, me as well. I actually didn't start wearing heels until I was about 21 in public, but I actually used to put number 2 pencils up the back of my Jordans when I would be on the court, because I used to play basketball, right? I used to have this entire team. Right, I was with all the black guys in Musty on the basketball team, and I used to bring the number 2 pencils from lunch, and when they would go on break, because I will always be on the bench, I would get on the second step of the bleacher. I had the number 2 pencils up my Jordans, and I was just trying to walk back and forth on the bleacher like a balance beam with stilettos on. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, so I had a makeshift high heel. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a portable, fun little story for you. But the next one has to be platforms or no?
Yes, I do platforms.
Me as well. See, we are on the same frequency, most definitely, because I love a good pair of platform heels. I feel because it makes me feel like I'm floating. You know, I literally feel like I am just walking on clouds, but I appreciate both styles. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I don't know about you, but I have had some horror stories and horror stories when wearing heels in public. So have you experienced any homophobia when wearing them in public?
Actually, I have not.
And I remember back in the 70s wearing heels downtown in public, and I had absolutely no reaction. No reaction whatsoever. And I think that is what bothered me the most, that I didn't get any, of course I didn't get any compliments, but I didn't get any negative comments either. People just kind of ignored me, and they were just kind of indifferent. And I found that kind of insulting as well.
Exactly. I am the same way, because I'm like, if I go out in public in stiletto heels and nobody notices me, because I've gone to Target where it's just dead, I'm like, where's the paparazzi? Do you ever feel like there's a difference between how black cross-dressers get treated versus white cross-dressers? Like, would it be more of a standout thing for a black guy to go out in heels versus a white guy?
I don't think there's a bit of difference, because the one instances where I have received compliments, for example, one was from a young white girl at the grocery store, and the other was from another black cashier at a drugstore. They both complimented me, so I don't think that there's any difference.
I actually have had mostly positive feedback, but in my experience as also a black gay male, and being in the school system, I've had mostly black people be the ones who bully me, you know, who are like, you know, like, hey, nigga, like, why you drawing pictures? I used to doodle heels, you know, in notebooks. Like, why y'all drawing pictures of heels like that, faggot? You know, like, that was the main thing. Like, that was the main crowd. But vice versa, as an adult, it's like everybody's grown up and learned to be a bit more mature, so they don't really say anything, or they'll come up to me and be like, hey, I love your heels, you are rocking that, you know? So it's different now, but we have to get to the next question. What is the most embarrassing moment that you've ever had wearing heels?
I went downtown July 4th in Philadelphia, nonetheless, you know, on July 4th, you know, we're on Independence Day. And I was wearing a pair of open-toe heels with my toenails polished. And I was walking down there, and I saw my old boss, who is still currently with the company I work with.
Wow.
And I was just so taken aback. I thought, oh my gosh, she's going to see me in heels.
She ain't gonna do
What's she
shit.
going to do?
You gonna beat her ass.
But the thing is, she didn't even notice. She didn't see me. She walked right past, and I guess because it was so crowded, she didn't notice that I was wearing heels. But that's probably the most embarrassing moment that I think I ever had it, wearing heels.
I feel like I've had experience similar just because there's like this deer in the headlights kind of feeling, like when you see someone you didn't expect when you're wearing heels, and you're like, oh, people have found my TikToks and found, my Instagrams and stuff. I create because of art. I like to do it. It's just what I do naturally. I've been doing this for years. So it's just what I do, right? So I don't really think much of it, but that comes back to a place of self-love as well. So do you feel like wearing heels has tightened your relationship with yourself?
I think it has. It definitely has. It's given me a sense of empowerment now that I can go anywhere, basically, and do what I want and not feel a sense of reproach, with the one exception of being the workplace. I don't have enough courage to do that at work yet.
So it's like Hannah Montana. Like you have one side of yourself where you're wearing the heels, you take the heels off, and you're a different version of yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got Miley and Hannah going on. And I also wanted to hit on, you feel it's a self-empowerment thing. Is this something that you feel anybody can experience? Or is it just certain guys, maybe more feminine guys, that can wear it?
I think it's a matter of style. It's been fashionable, and then it falls out of fashion. So I think anybody could wear it. But again, it's a fashion statement as well. So a lot of times the times dictate whether or not it's acceptable for men to wear heels.
And I feel like who creates the rules anyway? Is it the media? Like the people who, like, because I'll be coming across some blogs and some magazines and I'm like, who's creating the dictation for the trend? Is there a board that I should sign up for when it comes to the trends? Because I can make my own trend any season.
I think a lot of your trends, whatever, you'll see in fashion shows, like in New York City, like Jean-Paul Gaultier and other, famous artists will have their males wear heels.
Do you think that males have this disposition to where they can just rock heels better?
I think they do have a little bit more strength. Women tend to be less muscular, and because of that, maybe they don't have that sense of balance.
Yeah, I feel like that hits on the center of gravity that I mentioned in a previous video, because when you wear heels, you have to have a strong sense of a center of gravity just to be able to carry your weight in a way that isn't, fumbly all over the place. We tend to like lift weights more and things like that and do more laborious things weight-wise with the muscles, so we kind of have more of a connection. But I really don't like generalizing anything because men, women, like everybody's different, you know what I'm saying? Do you have any questions for me?
The one thing I did wonder was, do you paint your toenails?
I don't, but I'm going to, just because I want to try it. I've never painted anything nail-wise on my body, so I want to try to add some color to the mix here.
Yes,
besides
that's
the black.
what I do now. I go to a local nail salon, and I've had my toenails painted there, and I have no problems whatsoever. And I've even noticed other guys getting their toenails painted there as well.
And it's very surprising to me because it'd be the most bodybuilder, Hulk person with green finger painted nails. I feel like those are the sexiest kind of guys. They're free in themselves enough to do that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, them be the motherfuckers that I'm like, what is your favorite store?
Now, I seem to like Nordstrom's.
Great selections of various heel types online. I like either Only Maker or Pleaser.
One of the most exciting things that a person can do is order a pair of heels and then have that app notification that says that it's delivered. You hear that truck come down the street and that engine, that new oil change come down and it arrives in front of your house and you hear that muffler. Yes, give me the heels. There's nothing like a good old smell of fresh pair of heels. That freshly made factory.
The exact same sensation. I wonder whether it's the UPS truck, the Amazon, but I just wait so anxiously for them to arrive, and I get that sensation. Oh, it's just for me.
Yes.
Wonderful heels that are coming.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I love it.
Yes.
That's going to have to wrap up today's video. I am really happy just about this conversation. Everything we've talked about today has been really inspirational and cool. Well, let us know in the comment section if you guys want a sequel to this. We can make this maybe even a weekly show. Like this video, and I will see you in my next one. Peace.